Kia ora and hello from Cheeky Badger. And it's another episode in our series of Sea Change, where we've left the big city and brought a small plot of land. And we go and have a look at our field. It needs a lot of TLC. I talked to the local dealership about hiring a tractor, and they said I was better to get a contractor in. So that's what I've done. I now have a contractor working on this field, mowing it. There you go, you can see him over there along the tree lines. He's working hard. So he's going to be working on this. And while he's doing that, I'm going to go and do another couple of contracts, because this is going to take a while. It's a big field. So let's head back to the car and then see what we've got in the way of contracts that we can do. And how is everyone today? I hope you've had a good day, that you're feeling well. I've had a busy day at work, and yep, I have a day off tomorrow for our Waitangi Day, or New Zealand Day, and then it's back to work Friday and Saturday. So yeah, it's going to be a busy week. Right, so let's head over to the dealership and see what we've got in the way of contracts that we can do. So there was some big news from Giants today, wasn't there? Big news, roadmap, precision farming is coming. They have confirmed it. It's not rumours anymore. There's no one saying, well, if the universities don't allow it, which I was one of them, wasn't too sure. But Giant Software has confirmed it, along with Silver Run coming. That will be great. I think it'll be neat to rebuild that roller coaster again. So really looking forward to doing that one again. For a forestry map, I actually quite enjoyed it. I'm not into forestry in a big way, but I did enjoy that one. So I did end up doing a great big grass field so that I could do a lot of grass work. I tend to like doing grass work. I don't know if you've noticed, but yeah, I cleared a whole lot of trees to create a grass field. So yeah, that was good. So it will be interesting to see what it looks like in FS25, because let's be honest, it looked amazing in FS22. And yeah, I was disappointed that Zelonka didn't have a lot of the things that was in Silver Run. You know, that it's now got the Silver Run features like the flowing water in the streams and that sort of thing. So I was yeah, I was really glad to see that in Zelonka, and I felt like it should have been there right from the start. So yeah, it's going to take forever to follow behind him. And we've got, you know, the VR coming out. Like I say, I'm not super excited about the VR, but you know, we do have some machinery packs coming, and there is the first DLC to come out as well. So yeah, that will be interesting. Patch 1.6. Let's see what they can break on that one. I mean, fix. You know, hopefully they can fix some more of the bugs. I really hope they can get the pastures right, and you know, pastures and cows can actually work. Because at the moment, pastures and cows just don't work. So oh, there he goes. He's parked silly again. I reckon he runs late for work, so he just sort of screams in, parks up there, and hopes for the best, I reckon. So let's see what we've got in the way of contracts. Here we go. Contracts. Oh, I think there's a baling contract, so I might look at that. Let's borrow that. Yes, it will take a while because it does have to stop, but that shouldn't be too bad. And what else looks quite good? I think we'll stay away from the ploughing one, but okay. Oh, nice. I think, and it's only $600 for the equipment. I think we'll go for that one. So whereabouts are they? Okay, so that's just up there, just up from... Okay, looks like you got to go in that way. So that's just up from our farm. And that one's just across from our farm. So yeah, that'll be good. So I think we'll get the sprayer first. I think so. We'll do the spraying. Or should we see how much we can pick up before it rains? That might be an idea. So let's hop into this. It says detour. That's a nice looking sprayer though, isn't it? And there was some good mods released today as well. Quite a few tractors from Giants. One of our old oh, can't think of it at the moment. The old Voltra. Sorry, there we go. I remembered the old Voltra. So that's come back, and we've also got the big class. So although my favorite is still the TerraTrack. So it might be good if they brought the old Massey back as well. They could be good. And there are some rumors going around that one of the DLCs is going to be Mercedes. Even Mercedes have not quashed that rumor. They said that they were in talks with Giants, so that could be interesting. You know, there's a few Mercedes tractors, and there's the truck that they've got, the agro truck. So that could be a nice addition. You know, I've seen some videos of those trucks, and they're basically tractors, side-by-side tractors. They really are. So that could be really good. So yeah, I'm quite excited about, you know, they sort of released information about this quarter, which, let's face it, you know, that's end of March, and that's the first quarter finished officially. Maybe you could squeeze April in if you wanted to, but you know, talking about end of March, maybe April, we could be seeing some things happening very soon in February. So yeah, it could be really interesting. And with the new graphics cards that are being released, and you know, and some of them are relatively affordable. I haven't heard what AMD's coming out with yet and what price they're doing, but yeah, if Nvidia was available, you know, they're all sold out. So who knows if that will be the case on their cheaper cards as well. I don't know. You know, my system does okay, but it could definitely do with a bit of extra help. The card is letting me down occasionally. So now I think this is the field. Yep, it's the field. So I think what we need to do is we need to use a measure mod just to measure the distance between the rows so that we can work out the distance. So what do we got? Yeah, about 12 meters. So I think we'll set the GPS to 12 meters, and we'll see how that goes. Here we go, 12. And we want to turn on automatic drop. Okay, and we're away. So I know that there are a few people excited about precision farming. It'll be interesting to see if they make it a little bit more complicated. That could be good. I definitely like the sprayers. Actually, I know what I need to do. Otherwise we'll be stopping and starting too often. Change bale size. Here we go. we can afford to do the bigger bales because we don't really want to be stopping too many times for the small bales. So we've got the contractor into our field to mow it, and then we will run a windrower over it and then get the grass into silage bales. So and then we'll think about what crop we want to put into it. I guess it depends on when we can get the field ready by. You know, we might have to maybe look at putting some oat in you know, early May or something like that. Oat could be a good crop to put in. So the bale auto unload, it's an awesome mod. Unfortunately it is PC only, but so yeah, it's been a hot day here. We had a high of 28 degrees, which for this area is quite warm. What else did we get? That's right, we got the Vultra N series, we got a Cedar, and oh, the biogas plant looks quite an interesting one too by Disturbed Simulations. It looks like he's done a good job with that one. Good, and you know, it's reasonably priced too, something that you can set up without having to invest too much money. So yeah, that could be a good one to incorporate into a Let's Play somewhere along the line. Maybe somewhere on this map, because there isn't actually a biogas plant on this map. But not something that I can afford just yet. Still got to build up some money. The contractor who's mowing the grass is going to cost us a fair bit, I'm afraid. But I think it was worth it. You know, if I was going around in a little Massey and a 3-meter mower, I think it would take forever. the contractor said because it's silage, he's likely to just carry on working even when it's raining. I think he's doing it with a wide spread, so it'll probably dry out by the time we windrow it, so we'll see what happens there. I'm not too sure how many bales we'll get off of it or how much money we'll make, but I guess, you know, every little bit counts. We definitely have to spend a bit of money on the field. I think it needs to be ploughed, also needs to have lime put on it. So it will be quite a bit of work. But at least we've got the garden going now, and I also got the bin taken away and a new bin put in, so we're able to have a bit more of the old house taken away. So I've loaded some more of that into the bin, and so we're slowly clearing the rubble away from there, and hopefully we'll get to the stage where we can you know, start building a house in there. And if we're going to be building a house, I'm wondering if I should yeah, there's quite a few trees on that little patch of land there, so maybe we could look at milling some of those trees down for the house. Some of them look really nice trees, so they could produce some really good looking wood for in the house, so it could be worth looking at. Just have to wait and see. What I might do is, if it starts raining, I might look at grabbing an Uber, see if we can get one to come out here and take me back to the shop, and I might grab the sprayer and bring it to the field, seeing it's quite close by. I think that could be an idea, and then maybe after it stops raining we can spray the field, and then we can get back to here, and hopefully the straw will have dried out enough. Hopefully it won't be too heavy a rain, but at least we're getting some of it baled before it rains, so farmer should be happy. You know, it's not a good time, but that's the way it is. That's what farming's all about, isn't it? You know, it's a constant fight against the weather. Sometimes the weather works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. I was listening to the farming report on the radio this morning, and they were saying that they were starting to harvest apples, so that was ready to go, and that the honey production wasn't going to be as good as they were hoping. They were hoping it was going to be really good, but then they got some bad weather. They thought it was going to be a nice warm summer, but we actually got a little bit of a cold spell in the middle of December, and that slowed down the bee honey production. So yeah, it just goes to show, you know, you're in a constant everything is controlled by the weather, you know, when you're farming, and you don't have any control over that. All you can do is just go with it, you know, and just hope for the best. And I think in some ways with what they did with the hail damage is quite good, you know. It's just a shame that once your field got damaged by hail, it was a permanent thing. It's like, come on, you should be able to plough that up. So I'm hoping they can fix that, if they haven't done so already. Something I haven't tested yet. I got some hail damage in a private game save I've got of Riverbend, and I haven't been able to plough that up and replant it since the patch, so I don't know if that's been fixed or not. But because of that, I've actually turned off the weather damage, because, you know, the permanent damage done to the field is yeah, it's frustrating. So, but yeah, I think that was a nice touch. Tornadoes, I don't know, maybe if you live in America and Tornado Alley, you probably, you know, think that's probably a good thing, but yeah, tornadoes aren't a big thing here. In fact, tornadoes are so rare that when one hit my area back in 1946, they decided it was worthy to put a plaque on one of the walkways showing some of the damage that this tornado did to our area. So, and that was in 1946, so, you know, that's permanently etched into the memories of people of something, an event so rare. So yeah, tornadoes weren't really a big thing for me, but hail damage, if they could get the fields so that they not permanently damaged, you know, it's, I can understand hail damages crops, but it doesn't damage the field. So I'm not sure what went wrong there. Oh, that sounds like rain. Might try and pick up a bit of the straw before it gets too wet. There we go. Yeah, windscreen wipers have come on, so I think we can maybe do a bit more, but I think we've probably reached the amount that we can. Might just finish this headland off. Okay, I think we've reached the end of the headland. So we'll go get ourselves lined up when the rain finishes. Be able to do another couple of runs before it gets too wet. Not sure when this rain is meant to finish. Oh, it's here for most of the day. Oh, there's the tractor working on our field. And yes, I do wish I was in it. It is a messy. The contractor insisted on driving his tractor, so it's sort of like, yep, okay. Hello, rocket scientist. How are you today? Hope the weather's been good over there in Australia and not too hot. Yeah, it's been hot over here too. We've had a high of 28 today, which over here is very warm. And of course tomorrow is the big day for New Zealand, Waitangi Day, celebrating the treaty between the native Māori and the Queen Victoria of England at the time. So yeah, big day. I'll probably sleep through most of it. Yeah, things are actually quite dry here too. We probably need a bit of rain. And what did you think of the news from Giants? Yeah, with the timeline and roadmap of what they're doing and what they're releasing soon. I thought that was exciting news. Yeah, farm some VR. They've also said that precision farming is going to be released. Yeah, there's quite a bit happening in the first quarter of this year, so that's, you know, like, let's see if I can bring it up. Go, bring that up. Keep an eye on what I'm doing here too. It's probably important. So yeah, just looking at the Giants website now. Yeah, they've got what's next. First pack is coming out. They're going to have a remastered Silver Run map being released as a free download. Farming Simulator VR, of course. Patch 1.6, which will probably be, before they release the DLC. There'll be a content update, which, we already got a few. So, if this is sort of like big news, it makes you wonder what they're going to release. And there's another remastered map to be released, and that's all scheduled for the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, that's going to be the patches and content updates, precision farming, second pack announcement and release, and exciting announcements. Yeah, content like mods, I don't know. It's sort of like, it does make you wonder. Yeah, it'd be good if they could incorporate a few more content into the actual game, especially for console players, so they don't have to worry so much about the slots that each mod takes, because what they're releasing at the moment all takes slots that, when you're on a console you have to think, well, do I want this tractor or do I want this cow shed? Us PC players, we just keep going until we run out of memory, and when we run out of memory we go and buy some more memory. But yeah, not so easy when you're on a console. It's pretty well locked down. So, but yeah, it was big news about precision farming. Yeah, I don't know if you're excited for the VR. I'm not that excited for the VR myself. I sort of like to play with a steering wheel, and having, two controllers and something covering your eyes, to me sort of defeats the immersion. So yeah, but those other ones were quite good, and I'm actually looking forward to Silver Run. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed that. I didn't think I'd be into a forestry map, but I was surprised. Yeah, I think it's a special VR headset too. It's not just any, so But according to the trailer, it looked like they were, you know, they'd specifically built the VR game for VR. You know, they've got different activities that you don't do in this game, like taking wheels off tractors. Yeah, MetaQuest, that's the one. So it looks like they've, you know, enhanced the gameplay for VR players. It's not just sitting in the cab being able to tilt your head and, you know, the whole scene moves around you. So yeah, it could be really good for VR. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. They're not saying at the moment, so yeah. And how did your stream go the other night? With I think I saw a little bit of it later on about doing some rocket work. How did that one go? Definitely important things at visiting your great-grandmother, definitely. I remember taking my girls when they were young. We'd travel over to see their great-grandmother to try and, you know, give them some memories, and you know, we ended up getting a really nice picture of the girls with their great-grandmother and some craft work that she'd given them. Yeah, it was really nice. So yeah, you know, make the most of your family, eh? Yeah, you miss them when they're not there. I think the last realistic space game I played was probably Moonlander back in the mid-80s. No worries, mate. Oh no. Ah. Big lines on it. Yeah, one way to test it would be to plug another device into the TV and see if it works, yeah, maybe like a laptop or something like that, if you're able to do that. Have you tried rebooting the Foxtel box? Or rebooting the TV? I work in IT. Turning it off and on is my mantra. Have you turned it off and on? Good morning, Klaus. How are you today? Hope the weather's not too cold where you are. -5 and foggy. That's a bit chilly. It's a little bit chilly. Yeah, you probably don't want to hear that I'm sweltering here in 28 degrees. Although we have been getting some fog in the morning where we are, so been getting a little bit of that. Mid-30s. Oh, that's too hot. We don't get the extremes like that here. Yeah, we sort of have like lows of about -1, -2, and then, you know, highs of sort of like 28, 29, 30 is a really hot day. But yeah, I have noticed that other places can have very, very low temperatures in winter and very high temperatures in the summertime. I don't know how you guys survive. Average of 35. Hopefully that's a dry heat and not a wet, muggy heat. Unfortunately, we get a lot of wet, muggy heat here. Yeah, I think a dry heat makes a difference. As when it's muggy, everything gets sticky and horrible, and yeah. Hope we get enough bales to complete this contract. Here we go. We missed a... Must have gone one over too far. Must have had a hiccup there. You can't say I've ever been to Singapore, but I have heard that it is very, very wet heat in Singapore. Yeah, Rocker, that was an Atari game. I was an Atari gamer. Way back. And you had to descend, try and descend slowly and control your descent. Wow, 13 times. That's quite a few times. Looks like I've missed another row over there as well. That's good because I haven't completed the contract yet. So what is it about Singapore that you enjoy? You must like it to have been there so many times. Yes. I remember someone brought in a few cars from Singapore. But they ended up having a lot of trouble with the electrics, and they reckoned it was to do with the humidity in Singapore, and then coming to New Zealand, the electrics just corroded quite quickly. So yeah, don't know if it's true or not, but it sounded about right. Yeah, it's a long trip from Europe to New Zealand. It's probably one of the reasons why I haven't been to FarmCon or Llama. Yeah, they reckon it was bringing it from one environment to another, so being staying in that environment was probably okay, but it's when they brought them out of Singapore and into New Zealand, the change of environment accelerated the corrosion or something. That's what they put it down to. So yeah, we don't seem to get a lot of Singapore cars anymore. Yeah, 20 hours. You want some good movies on that flight, wouldn't you? So the map maker hasn't put puddles on the road by the looks of it, so I guess that's one of the ways that he managed to limit the amount of the megabytes for the map, because it's a tiny size for the 4x map. So he's definitely made a lot of compromises. It's still not a bad map. I was looking at it the other day, and just sort of the way it rolls, it's not just flat. It was quite nice. Yeah, 14 hours would be a bit easier than what you rest over for a bit in Singapore and then do the quick hop over to New Zealand from there. Yeah, Rocket, did the laptop work on the TV, or have you had a chance to do that yet? Yeah, I have a horrible feeling that it's not going to make much difference, I'm afraid. I think the picture controller might have gone on the TV, unfortunately. Yeah, well, now you know my default answer is going to be, have you turned it off and on yet? No, I haven't got auto drive and course play on the map yet, class. I haven't played around with it enough to know. Yeah, I know one of the other YouTubers is using auto drive and course play and setting it all up. I usually don't have the patience. And I've just been using the default Giants GPS system. Yes, plug it in is another good one. I actually had a call out. I had triple checked with someone that was plugged into the wall, and they insisted it was plugged into the wall. So I went out, so it was a call out fee, and I pushed the plug firmly into the wall and it started to work. I didn't mind too much though. I was able to get out of the office. Yeah, it wasn't too far to drive. It was funny, but not so much for the client who had to pay the extra fee for the call out. So, yeah. But yeah, it was one of those ones where they probably just nudged it out with their leg. It was under their desk, and yeah, it looked like it was plugged into the wall, but not enough to actually make contact to let the electricity flow. So Klaus, did you see the news from Giants about their roadmap for what's happening in the first and second quarters? Some exciting stuff. Precision farming is coming. Silver Run map will be coming, as well as another map. And the DLC as well, which they haven't announced yet, but I guess we'll find out fairly shortly. So yeah, there's some exciting news there. Oh, looks like my field's getting mowed. Now, I think that's where I want to go actually. Yeah, I was hoping that too. I like that map. Either that or maybe Help Baleron, if I mispronounced that, the French map. Yeah, when it was released as DLC in 19, I actually I built some holiday chalets along the top of that first big paddock that you can the big field that you can buy above the main farm there. I built about 5 of those of the chalets looking out over the lake. It was really nice. I bet I've gone and got caught up on a tree. There we go, I have. Yeah, No Man's Land was great for that, and yeah, it was the first of that genre. You know, a lot of people have copied it, but it was the first one to be just open land that you just did what you wanted to with it. I ended up getting my horse riding badge on that one because I would just keep riding and riding and riding all the way around the map. Nothing to stop me from doing that. So yeah, it was a good map for that. I do miss No Man's Land actually. Mind you, I miss a few of his maps. Alien Gyms. One of the first mod maps that I ever downloaded and installed was his Mercury Farms. I just got FS17 on special because they were just about to release FS19, and I was new to the whole modding scene, and you know, other games I'd played, mods were sort of, you know, the dark web sort of thing, and could end up breaking and destroying your game and all that sort of thing. And I didn't actually realize that mods were fully sanctioned by giants. And so when I actually realized that, it opened up a whole new world, of course. But yeah, that was the first map, was Mercury Farms. I enjoyed that map, and I think that was one of the first maps where, yeah, you could get to the edge of the map and you could see it continue on past the edge of the map. It just didn't stop abruptly, which is something that unfortunately some people still can't quite get right with maps even now. You know, I think I faulted this one because of that. You get to the edge of the map, you know, the roads have trees growing across them. But as long as you don't go to the edge of the map, it's not too bad. Probably not a good idea to spray in the rain, but I believe it's only the harvesting that gets affected by the rain. Yes, course play was good for that. You'd run around the outside to create the edge of the field and then just tell it to plough up that whole field. Course play was definitely good for that. Definitely got a lot of weeds in this field. And I wish the weeds would die as quick in real life as they do here. I'm still waiting for some of the weeds to die off in my garden that I sprayed a couple of weeks ago. I like the map. It's, yeah, like I said during my map tour, I think he made a lot of compromises to keep the megabyte size down, so it's missing a lot of the little details that you would come to expect from you know, modern maps, but yeah, I think he's done a great job with the landscaping. I was on one of the fields the day before, and just the way it rolled, you know, wasn't just a flat. There was undulations in it, and it looked good. So he's done well with that. Like I say, there's no puddles on it, and it's got the one big flaw of a 4-time map is, yeah, it's driving simulator. You spend a lot of your time on the road. I foolishly started one, another 4 times a map where I was on a bike, yeah, a bicycle, because that's all I could afford. So you can imagine how long it was taking me to get from place to place. Would have made for riveting streaming watching me cycle and get run off the road by the AI traffic. Yeah, fields are definitely big. Make for some, you know, nice paying contracts, but you do have to spend the time on them. It's definitely a map where you can use the bigger equipment on. And like I say, I tend to go for the more smaller equipment, so this is contract work that I'm doing at the moment. So on my land, which is actually where we stopped off before, I'll stop off there again. I decided to get someone in to mow it, so yeah, I leased a tractor and mower, and then set a worker to go for it. But the storyline is that you know, we've got a contractor in to mow the field for us because it's quite big. So the plan on that one will be I'll then lease a smaller tractor and windrower and baler, and I'll bale them up and take them to the animal dealer, because there's no biogas on this map. I found. And the other thing I found too is the animal dealer accepts manure and slurry. It buys manure and slurry, which to me seemed a little bit silly. I thought animal dealers would be awash in manure and slurry, have more than they need, and would be wanting you to take it away, but they only purchase manure and slurry. And I'd actually put in originally the garden that used manure, and my plan was I was going to go to the animal dealer and buy the manure, but obviously if the animal dealer isn't selling manure, I couldn't do that, so I ended up having to swap out the garden with one that takes solid fertilizer, because I could buy that from the dealer. So yeah, just the little subtle things like that, you know, it can be fixed by mods. Yeah, you can buy a manure pack and put in, but you can't actually buy the land that the animal dealer is on, so you can't put any mods in that area. So yeah, that's one thing I will say. I like it when the map maker allows you to buy every bit of land, including the you know, where the placeables are and the animal dealer is and that sort of thing, because it lets you do things like that. So yeah, this is my field here. So he's mowed it. Looks like he might have finished. So next thing to do will be to windrow it up and then bale it. Yeah, absolutely no logic. Animal dealers would not be interested in buying manure. They'd want to get rid of what they've got. So no, it looks like the contractor's finished. So I think he missed a bit over there. Hopefully he won't mind if I jump in the tractor and just go and finish off what he didn't do. Definitely missed little bits here and there. Yes, it's a big field. Not looking forward to picking the stones off of it. And I think I'll be using Black Sheep's modding's plow. It's just so much easier than using the default game plows. Okay, hopefully I've picked up all the bits he's left behind. Not that they probably gave that much extra. 1 or 2 litres, that's all. Yeah, one thing with smaller fields and all that, it gives you a bit more variety, especially when you're streaming. Otherwise, you know, you might just have the whole stream just planting oat or something like that. But we'll give this map a go and see how we go with it. think I might have to put a weather station in because it's not that accurate with its weather forecast at the moment. They reckon it was going to finish at 2 o'clock and it's still going. Okay, let's collect our contracts. Yep, you have a good day too, Klaus. Thanks for popping in, and if you could hit the like button on the way out, that would be fantastic. You have a good day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. You have a good day. I actually checked out the new Skoda that they've just released in New Zealand. It's been, you know, in Europe for quite a while, but I was a bit disappointed with the New Zealand selection. If you want four-wheel drive, you have to go for a diesel engine, and I've driven too many trucks to want to drive a diesel engine car. Oh, I was hoping they would be bringing out the hybrid version, but they haven't brought that in, unfortunately. Oh, missed my turning. If Giants map at the end of the year will be an English or Irish map, we might finally get some right-hand drive vehicles. Definitely something that's missing. Okay. I think I'm going to put a weather station in. Just trying to remember where it's... probably under tools. There we go. I reckon one about there. Okay, so I think next stream I'm probably going to be windrowing this field and then looking at creating some silage bales. So yeah, that should be fun. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to call it a night now. I've got guests and they'll be using my studio here in the spare bedroom. So I'll have to get things sorted so we can set up the bed for them. But thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate the people that do come in. It's nice to have a chat with some of you guys as well. That's been awesome. Hope that TV isn't too major for your rocket. Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Let me know if you think there's just too much traveling. I'm trying to keep it interesting. But sometimes it's a bit hard when you've got to travel long distances on the road. But no, thank you so much. And you guys have a good evening, a good morning, or a good afternoon, wherever you are in the world and whenever you're watching this. And until next time, bye.